Okay, so this is a response and an instructional video in the same time. I'm going to give you a good look here at my custom enclosure for my Tegu here. He's an Argentine black and white. This enclosure is 8 feet by 4 feet by 3 feet, and I made it extra sturdy enough so that I can put on my bearded dragon, leopard gecko, and my TV, and any other stuff I want to do. So basically what you want to start with is I don't know, it all depends on how you do this. If you want to make a box for your Tegu, then it's pretty straightforward. You get your wood and you build your box. That is either going to be 8 by 4 on the outside and a couple inches shorter on the inside, or it'll be 8 by 4 on the inside and a little bit bigger on the outside. Generally speaking, it would probably be a little shorter on the inside. So to start off, I'll start off with the box. The box is going to be made out of your sheets of wood. Basically for this, you could use plywood, you could use, I don't know, plywood is pretty much what, even when I decided to build this, it was the first thing that came to my mind. Not the best idea. Like, it's not bad. Like, I have a couple pieces in here. I've got one here, and I have one over on the other side here. It's good, but if your Tegu's like it humid, and if you're going to be misting, it's going to soak up water pretty quick, and that's not going to be the best thing in terms of how long it's going to last. Good wood to use is melamine. I actually have a spare strip I've put on the top for right now in the back here. This is really good for showing you guys what it is. Basically, if you look at the side here, it's a particle board, which is really not good against water. If you got water here, it's going to pretty much break apart or expand, and it's just going to become crap. But the good part is this nice hard plastic top. Best part about it is water will actually bead off it. So in terms of working with moisture, it is great. I've got it on the sides and the back, and I've got the bottom here. I really hope he's not built any burrows here today. But the bottom, as you can see, is also melamine. I don't have enough substrate in this. I know I need to get a little bit more, but anyways. And then a really good thing to do to prevent that water getting in on the cracks. This corner is really good to show you with because you can see the dirt kind of built up on it. That is aquarium silicone. I've just gone and layered over that. Anywhere's where the wood meets. Here you can really see it built up in the corners there. I quite literally sealed every corner on this, and all my screw holes and stuff I covered, other than the ones on the roof, because I'm not exactly misting the roof or anywhere above or even close to my heat lamps. For mounting my heat lamps, I looked everywhere for things. I went to, I ended up buying these two things here from Home Depot, and that came from Canadian Tire. That one is simply, it's a little plastic thing. It was like $10. It was pretty cheap, and it works great for my UVB bulb. These ones I had to go a little bit better with because they're dealing with the heat, and the plastic would have just melted, sorry. So these are actual, I don't know, I'm no electrician, but these had the 3 wires, the ground, the positive, and the negative for the light. I've never worked with anything like that before, and it really wasn't all that difficult. So I have those mounted to the roof, which are actually going straight into the studs. And then I have my 100-watt heat lamp and my 75-watt halogen lamp. And then I just have the cords done up with these little U-brackets. The cords actually run out through holes I cut with a hole saw. I covered them up because they're kind of ugly, so I covered them with some fake plants here. I'm going to unzoom that, which it is. But as you can see, there's the holes right there. There's one at the back as well, and there's one where that cord's going. It's basically, I covered them up because I don't like to see the big holes. I didn't do the best job on that one over there, but I have lots of more plants to hang up. Lots of people say don't put plants and decorations in with your Tegu. You know what? Yeah, it's probably not the best because they do burrow. I found mine hiding under my feeding dish the other day, and I was really shocked by it. He almost whipped me, which was a little bit on the spooky side. But they do burn, and they're not recommended because they're just going to get knocked over and not look good. So I kind of thought, I've never really worked with fake plants before. So yeah, this was my first fake plant job. Hopefully it's not bad. Basically what I did was I took the plants, I got my silk plants, because I looked at pet stores, and silk plants are absolutely ridiculously expensive. If you have the money to spend, go and pick them up. They have the suction cups. Otherwise, I got these like silk plants at Walmart or Michael's craft store. Basically they come on these plastic ends, and you just take wire cutters to them here, right around there, cut it, and you can cut the individual leaves off. That's what this guy is. And then I just took a staple gun in there and stapled them. It's a bit tricky. You have to get your staples on really well with the melamine, because that plastic is a hard thing to punch through with for a staple, unless you're using a really heavy duty staple. I just kind of used the standard staples. This thing here, if you've probably seen it, I messed up when I made the frame, which I'll get to in a minute, and I had a bunch of wood left over. It's Alphonse's little sun deck. He's hiding in his tub right now, which I've made. It's temporary. I'm going to be coating it with either a non-toxic glue or double-sided tape and kind of flipping it upside down so it gets this similar look on the top. Good recommendation for a food dish, if you're using a food dish, bottom to one of those clay pots. It's worked great for me. Like, it works good as a food dish. I don't know. And then my water dish is just a bowl for now. The frame, basically, now this is where you can really screw up easily. I screwed up, hence the sun deck. You want to incorporate, either this piece going down to be longer than the box, so that you have the thickness of the wood incorporated. A lot of people forget the thickness, and they end up building a 4x8 frame for their 4x8 square and realize, hey, it doesn't fit because, oh my god, they're the same size. You have to incorporate the thickness of the wood. That's how I started off. That's how I had my mistake here. And then basically I built a top with a lot of studs running through it, just the 2x4s. As you can see here, about every foot or so I have one running along. I have about 8 on the top, just simply to hold to support the piece of melamine in, because a 4x8 sheet of melamine is pretty heavy. So I built 2 identical frames, one for the top and one for the bottom, and I laid and screwed in each piece of melamine in those. Basically what I did was I brought the bottom in, and I attached the legs, which are actually not too sturdily attached right now. I need to do a bit better of a job. I'll show you on this one if there's a bit better light, but there are these little brackets here I have kind of holding them together, as well as some I don't know what those are properly called. I put screws in on an angle. I'm no craftsman, sorry. And I'm going to put a couple more of those up here. Like, see, even I messed up in certain spots. It doesn't quite all line up properly, but it's sturdy. I could probably sleep on this thing if I wanted to. But yeah, so basically that's how you more or less build it.